I'd like to make a follow-up video to my fasting earlier this week where I fasted a minute for each victim of September 11th. I fasted 2,996 minutes, give or take. I often wake up the next day after breaking a fast and go, God, why did I break that fast? I think I could have done longer. But this time I actually went back to watch some of my own videos, and I came to realize, no, I couldn't have. I was getting mental confusion. My words weren't even coming out correctly. That was the big eye-opener. And I had gone well beyond that sweet zone of when I feel the best. And it goes to show that a lot of times when we look back at things we could have done differently, we forget about the frame of mind we were in when at the time that we're thinking we could do differently, right? A lot of times people regret breaking up. They regret ever getting into the relationship in the first place. They regret certain things, career choices, or like me, like what I ate yesterday or what I didn't eat yesterday, or other life choices, right? But they forget the frame of mind that they made those choices in. They're evaluating using today's frame of mind, right? I think that's a big weakness. That makes it feel like we have more control than we do. And it makes it harder to make future decisions, right? Because we always assume we had the frame of mind we have today to make choices a year ago. It makes it hard to make a choice next year, right? Because you're going to think you have all the information that you really don't, right? You're gonna be too arrogant about that. It was a big eye-opener for me to go back to watch those videos. The unfortunate thing is I watched, there's even more footage than what I uploaded, obviously. And as I was watching, maybe next time I'll live stream a fast, but as I was watching, I realized how good I feel half a day to a day, 12 to 24 hours into the fast. That is my sweet zone. The problem is I have not found a solution to stay in that zone indefinitely, right? I can only feel that once a day at best, right? And that is unfortunate. But I always, every time I begin one of these multi-day fasts, I keep thinking that it's going to be 2 days of pure bliss that I feel at 12 to 24 hours, right? I always imagine the fast that way. I forget about these little issues of how unsafe I felt when I was walking yesterday, or how badly confused I was. You know, it was nice because sometimes at my job, I teach at a Washington Technology University as well as a tutoring center. Sometimes when my mind floats too freely, it becomes hard to focus on the topics involved. I did a lot of small talk. Sometimes I'm just too aware of what I'm doing, right? And little mundane things will bother me, right? That's why I love fasting while I do stuff like that. It's not so great when I'm trying to enjoy other aspects of my life, though. But again, recording a 48-hour fast like I did the last couple of days allows me to go back and review, right? There's actually a lot more video than what I actually uploaded. I'll probably live stream a fast at some point. I need to get more data for my cell phone in order to do that. What else? I wonder what happens if I live stream and then people need to contact trace who I've been in contact with, and there's facial recognition. I just wonder. So I've been hesitating doing a very long-term live stream when I'm out in public for that reason. I have a little bit of distrust for how they're handling people's information. But anyways, the next time you find yourself saying, I wish I had done that, remember, using that time's frame of mind, right? The other thing is, I have a tendency to misremember things and to make things seem a lot better than they were. In 2020, I probably have blabbed about this on my channel, that I keep wishing I could go on vacation to wherever, right? Taipei, Gdansk Bay, Tokyo, Amsterdam, to my family's home. I think I've mentioned quite a number of, sometimes I even put a wallpaper of some of those places, right? And I bet when I go there, it's not going to be what it seems again, because I'll forget about all the little inconveniences, right? Let me talk about some. One time I had gone to Taipei, and I forgot to print out where the hostel that I'm staying is I thought I could get there and ask people or find some Wi-Fi or whatever. So I get to the airport and we got to fill out this arrival card for a visa. And I thought I could just Google the place again and fill out the address, but my computer was out of power. So I go to a corner of that room where there's an outlet. Thank God in Taiwan they use the same kind of outlets we do here in the US. In Europe, that would be another tricky step, right? So I plug in my computer, there's no Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is only available at this little lobby or something like this. Was years ago. Now it's a lot more extensive. But I don't have electricity, and to make matters worse, I don't have anything to write with. So I went to the counter to yank the pen off of the table. It's attached to the table. Everybody gave me a funny look. I thought I was in big trouble. I thought this was going to be a capital offense that I had committed in Taiwan. Kind of like a few years ago when the college student got arrested in North Korea. I thought I had broken a Taiwanese cultural issue, right? And I forget about that, right? When I think back at the trip 4 years later, that's not the first memory that jumps out of mind. The first memory that jumps into mind is probably a nice conversation I had with a girl there, the Computer Olympiad conference, seeing my grandparents, obviously, maybe a phase of the moon that I got to see go over the mountains. I like to go to a suburb called Danshui. Maybe seeing the moon rise over, and see, we abstract away all the little inconveniences, like other inconveniences, like how to do laundry when I get to Taiwan, right? My grandparents don't have laundry machines. They wash everything by hand. I don't know how they're handling COVID right now. What else? The one time I got sick when I was traveling in Poland, right? I had ate some raw fish, and I got food poisoning. Or what else? Times when I missed my flight, right? Or other times when I've had to deal with situations on the flight, right? I have dietary restrictions, and sometimes I have to tell the person sitting next to me to please keep their food neat, right? Don't get it everywhere. And sometimes there's a language barrier, sometimes there's a cultural barrier. But I abstract all that away. As long as I don't actually get sick on the plane, which I never have, thank God. But unless I get evacuated off the plane, with time, inconveniences like that go away, right? Grief tends to go away, but the good memories tend to last forever, right? And so it's easy for me to sit in 2020 thinking about how great going to Gdansk is and forgetting about all the little inconvenience, right? And exaggerating all the great experiences I had there, right? You'll probably never, except for this video, you'll probably never hear me talk so much about inconveniences, right? And that's a big problem, not just for myself, but for people hearing this and thinking about what a wonderful place Gdansk Bay is, right? And it just goes to show that that's one reason I love recording these YouTube videos, to go back and see just how accurate my memory of things were, right? A lot of people, when they say they can remember what they were doing on September 11th, actually, every anniversary I tend to talk about what I did, and watching it has changed over the years. So it just goes to show, right? So next time you find yourself regretting something, or what could have, or would have, or should have, just remember that's a different frame of mind of yourself. Thanks for watching.